Hello and welcome to Rainbow Stars channel, where today I am giving you an update on my weigh-in for this week. To be exact, I lost about 0.8 pounds, which is not a huge leap from where I was, but on Weight Watchers you have to realize that it's very slow moving weight loss. But you are going to get where you're supposed to be. So for me, it's slightly frustrating because I was hoping to at least have lost 5 pounds because I'm within a healthy eating range, but you can't force it, and that's where I'm at today. And this is also a message to Amberlynn Reid. I have heard a lot about you. I've looked up your videos. I've looked up what you're about. You want to lose weight, but you binge eat. And I'm just going to be here to give you a little message. I binge eat too. Guilty as charged. Whenever I had starved for a while, I started binge eating. Afterwards, after I was healthy enough to eat, and getting to the point where I could stop was very difficult. Even to this day, I am struggling. I always want to eat, always. There's always something in my brain that's not being satisfied with healthy foods, and I can't explain what that is other than habit. A really bad need, almost kind of like an addiction. I hear what you're coming from, but you also have to realize something. You can either give in to that need or that addiction, or that little voice in your head that tells you that you really want to just binge all day. You can either listen to that, or you can listen to the inner self screaming for help and wanting to be better. And you gotta find out how to love yourself. If you don't love yourself, you're gonna give in. Because it's so easy to say, I really just want to binge today. I've had those moments, but I'm not allowing that for myself. If I want to binge, I go and I meditate. I go into my room, close my door, meditate, girl, get away from that kitchen. If I want to chew on something, if I want that oral fixation, I'll chew a stick of gum. If I absolutely have an issue where I just want to eat, but I know I'm not hungry, I decide for myself to either choose something that's healthy to binge, like broccoli. Raw broccoli is what I go to. Or better yet, if I want to binge but I know I'm not hungry, I don't do it. And I know it's easier said than done. I make hundreds of trips to the kitchen. I'm talking several trips. It's insane how many times I visit the kitchen, but I go away with nothing for most of the day. And whenever I do go for something and I want to binge on something else, I go for 0 point foods. I'm on Weight Watchers, so I can do that. And it's just, no one can help you, Amber. Okay, Amberlynn, you gotta help yourself. No one can do this for you. Only you can do this for you. And if you want it bad enough, you'll do it. And if you don't, then you'll just continue the way you are. And if you want to continue the way you are, which I don't think you do, but if you want to, just say so and own up. But if you don't really want to be this way, then don't be this way. Don't give in to it. I know how hard it is. I go to the kitchen 100 times a day. It's hard. It is. And I'm an emotional eater, and I get stressed super easily. And I always want to hide in my room and binge. But no, I'm hiding in my room away from food to get better. So Amberlynn, no one can help you but you. Go see doctors. Consult with actual people. Don't just keep doing this online business. And get out of the house. Just run. I was in the house for weeks when I was sick. It was awful. And I felt like crap every day because I was in the home, not going anywhere, not doing anything. You need to get out. I don't care what it is. If it's just sitting on a bench, soak up some sun, it will help your depression. and help your anxiety just to get out and be out. And I know it's hard for you, because it's hard for me. It's hard for me to get around. I fall often. I hurt myself. It's hard to walk. I'm in constant pain. My back hurts all the time. I am always in pain. And it goes with the tendon disorder I have, the ligament issue that I have, and also the weight that I carry. And I'm only 302 now. I'm 302. Yay! Instead of 303. But I digress. It is hard. There's nothing easy about changing your lifestyle and about trying something different. I've been like this for years. I've always been husky. I've never been thin. And I've always had a struggle with foods. And it only ever blew up really big after my issue with I couldn't eat. And now, like I said, I eat way too much. But now that I'm on Weight Watchers, I find that I'm eating less and I'm living better. And I feel better because I'm not bloated all the time. I'm not full all the time. It's more of a fuel for my body, not a need. And it's enjoyable. It used to be very unenjoyable eating because I would always hide from my family, binge, until I was sick or felt sick, and I felt guilty afterwards, and I hated myself for it. What am I doing to myself? I get those feelings, and I understand what that is and where that comes from. But you have a choice to make. One of two choices. You can continue the way you are, or you can change. And I am struggling with myself every day. And one time I gave in. I ate chips. I binged the hell out of those chips. But I did stop before I consumed the entire bag. I have more self-control. But it's only because I tell myself to stop. I tell myself this is unhealthy and you hate yourself for this, so don't do it to yourself. And I wish to be your inspiration if I could be. But sometimes you have to find inspiration within yourself, within your heart, on what you need to do. For me, it's Weight Watchers. And you might not like it, but there is a community there. There is a community that you can go to. I can talk to a coach all day long. There's people, you make posts on Connects and you get to know people. I don't know how long ago it was when you joined Weight Watchers, but things are different. And a lot of things have changed. And, I love the program, but if you don't, if it's not your cup of tea, fine. That's great. But nobody can do this for you. And that's the hard part. And the hardest part is to keep going. For me, that is the hardest part for me, is to keep going the course and staying on track. And I'm going to pick up swimming this week. I'm hoping to start swimming again to help myself along. See if I can't burn more calories or burn more fat by doing things. And it's not easy, but this message is for you. I'm not a hater. I do not think you willingly desire to do this, and I think that it is a mental issue, more mental than anything, because mentally you're just not ready, and you're not prepared to go all in and say, I'm done with overeating, I'm done with binging, I'm done doing this, and telling people to help you along the way. I told my mother not to offer me fast foods before. I've told my mother not to offer me candy. I've told my mom to basically be my coach, to help me along with this, because I am weak against certain things. And it is hard. And whenever I struggle, I help her and she helps me. And we support each other. And Becky, I think you can do a lot for her too. For Amberlynn. When she says, I want to go out to eat, you say, no, we're eating at home. And she can't go anywhere without you. She doesn't have her license yet, from what I understand. If she does have her license, well, great. She can drive herself. But you can't keep enabling her. I know she'll throw a tantrum like, when I really want to binge and somebody tells me no, I get angry. But then later on, I thank them. And, after my fit is done and I don't get my way, I have my miniature pity party, and then I get over it. And then I say thank you for doing that for me, because I couldn't do that for myself. And when somebody really loves somebody else, they're willing to make them angry and get them upset and to do what's best for them because that's what's best for them. So, Becky, I think that it would help her a lot if you refuse in some instances, or give her alternatives. Like, oh, instead of doing that, let's do this. Instead of going here, let's go there. You know, where it's better portion control of foods. No buffets. Because that's a big trigger. If I go to a buffet, I'm eating the whole buffet. I'm eating everything. Because I'm a binge eater, and that's what I would do. So I avoid things that trigger me. And if your vice is candy, my advice, don't eat anything sweet. Just don't do it to yourself. And if you do, choose a healthy alternative. Because there are healthier cakes, healthier items, healthier sweets. That's fine. But if you can't stop yourself from eating the bag of even those things, my advice, get rid of everything. Anything that's temptation. In my house, we have stopped buying sweets. Thank God. Because I'm so weak against them, I would just binge eat them. And my mom's the same way. And it is a difficult struggle. But I would not listen to hate if I were you. I would listen to the inner voice within your head saying, we can do this. Because you can't. There's never a too late portion. There is a person that was 530 pounds on Weight Watchers, or even heavier than that, and this man lost over 200 pounds on Weight Watchers. That's astounding. And that's because he did for himself what other people could not do. And no matter what diet you go on, if you can't say no even to yourself and your urges, then there's not much hope without surgical intervention at that point. Because if you can't mentally shut that off, that's a problem. And for me, if I'm really starting to really want to binge, I go, I decompress, I try something else, I write in a journal, I go take a shower, I go for a walk. Anything to get me away from food. I don't even have food in my room. I refuse to have any food in my room because this is my safe space from food. It is a battle for me. And I'm sure it's a battle for you. But you can do it. It's just all about mindset. And it's all about positivity. Whenever I get up every single day, I tell myself, today is a beautiful day, and you can conquer the world. Literally. You have to change your inner dialogue. Anything that was unhealthy before. Whenever I used to wake up, I used to look at myself in the mirror and I used to say, oh great, this is as good as it gets. Now every morning I say, you are beautiful. You're beautiful and you deserve better. And that's what I fight for every day. And it's not easy. So, hi. Myself. I'm making a journal. Sorry. Love you. My mom. So, yes. This is a portion from my online journal. And now my mom's part of it. I get no privacy, which is fine. But yeah, so it's something that you got to do for yourself. Nobody can do it for you. And although people can help you along the way, you have to change your own inner dialogue. And that's what I do. And that's how I get by, and that's how I start the positivity. Just each and every day with positive feelings. And if I have a down day, I take my down day and I lay in bed as much as I want, and I get better. My back feels better because I can lay down. And I take that day, and the next day I try to get up and get out of my room, out of my space, out of my safe space, to do things. Because if all you do is lay there, you're only going to get worse. So, mental and physical. And if you can conquer those two things, then you can conquer your eating habits. And I wish you luck in your endeavors. My advice, don't give up, don't give in, and never surrender. Baby's awake? Oh, your meds? Okay. This is Rainbow Star Gumdrop. Over and out.